So we're going to focus on engaging the lower part of our abdomen and getting really used to feeling that work, ready to prepare for doing more complex exercises. So to begin with, you're going to lie in this position with your knees bent, and first thing we're going to do is put our ribs and our fingers on our ribs and hips and feel like we're just very slightly closing them together. So you might be moving a centimetre. And at the same time, you're also thinking about pushing your back really firmly into the floor to close any gap that you might have had from your lower back. Now for here, we're trying to feel that there's just a compression of the muscle without it coming up or coming down. So rather than pushing up, can you see the doming there, or pulling in, like a Pilates idea of pulling your belly button back towards your spine, we're simply trying to keep that in a neutral position and feel a tightening of the muscle, okay? And specifically we're thinking of it, this diamond shape from here, to your ribs and into your pubic bone. But more we're going to focus on the lower part, this triangle between your ribs and your pubic bone, because that can be quite often more difficult to feel. So we're going to hold it in that position for as long as you can, until you start to feel a burning sensation. And that's when we know we're activating and recruiting these muscles and we're aware of them, okay? So we'll just relax. So that will be level 1. So you're going to do that as many times as you need to, maybe 5 or 6 times, holding each one for 5 to 10 seconds, just to give yourself the opportunity to really feel those muscles working and start to really bring your mind into this part of your body and become really aware of it tightening up, okay? So that's step 1. Once you feel like you can do that and you can feel that control and that muscle engaging quite easily, we're going to go to level 2. So this is a position now where our knees are up. We're aiming for a 90 degrees here and a 90 degrees there, and our hands are going to be a little bit of counterbalance. So in a relaxed state, you can sort of push your hand under your back, but we're going to do the same thing. Take your ribs to your hips, push them together, and feel that scoop lower back pushing really hard into the floor. So this lower part of your abdomen starts to tighten, pull together, and you're very conscious of this triangle between your ribs and your pubic bone. So we're going to hold it in that position, 5 or 6 seconds until you can really feel it burning, and then relax. And then we'll do it again. Same thing, pull your ribs and hips together, push your lower back into the floor, really keep thinking about pushing that lower back into the floor, and really keep thinking about feeling or trying to get to a point where you can really feel the burn in this area, okay? So once you can do that in this position, we go on to level 3. Now we're going to start moving. So we're going to get into this position again, bring the ribs and hips together, engage the core, hands come up. So keeping this burning sensation on here and try to keep this whole area still, we're going to just float one leg down, touching the floor with your toe, and then come up. And then the opposite side. Keep pushing that back really hard into the floor. Try and get no movement through the torso at all. If you feel once you're doing it that your back starts to peel off the floor, just bring your knees back up and then reset, push hard into the floor, and then carry on. And the goal is to be able to keep that back pushed into the floor, keep the ribs and hips pulled together and the engagement here while you do 12 of these, 6 on each leg. Then you'll have a rest, and then you'll do 2 more sets of 12.